Oh, welcome to Invictus Porsche. This isn't something that we get every day, especially in the summer. It is a Porsche 911 997 Generation 2 Carrera S, and it is a convertible. And I will say, for two reasons, this is a rare car. And one of them being is the fact it's a convertible. They're far and few in the summer. I mean, you do get coupes, but not convertibles. And the second reason is the maintenance. I mean, this has been maintained, to the absolute perfection, all done at an official Porsche center from start to finish. It's every 2-year service or 20,000 mile service, all the way up until the recent service that was done in 2019. So the servicing is absolutely immaculate. It's all main dealer. And having done a visual inspection, it's got almost brand new tires at the front, almost brand new tires on the rear. The rear discs are brand new and the pads are brand new and the front discs are brand new. The overall condition cosmetically is actually quite up there, I would say. I'm really impressed, and also on the interior as well. It might have the slight age-related stone chip or the blemish here and there, but it's not sort of an eyesore in any form or shape. Now on to spec. Well, the eye-catching spec on this is the fact this is in bezel black metallic. It is the most desirable color one could have in a Porsche. Yes, there might be a few other colors that people say are more desirable, but this is a common desirable color. It's got the xenon lights at the front, which allows you to see extremely well during the night with the headlamp washers, plus having the LED lights here on the side. I like the fact that this has the Turbo Edition 2 alloys, and it's the little things in a Porsche that is very impressive, such as having an aerodynamic element to the side door mirrors, which are also electrically heated and electrically adjustable. Another small little touch is the Porsche crest here on the headrest, and the small little other things, such as incorporating a coat hanger on the back of the seat. The fact that you've got 2 seats at the back, which is quite practical of a Porsche 911, and the design in the 911 is something that's evolved over a very long time, means that it's a car that truly is eye-catching and truly is synonymous with so many of us. To keep with the tradition of the small little touches that make this an exceptional car is by having stainless steel door plates, which are also illuminated during the night. What I love is the sport steering wheel. I mean, when you're driving a Porsche with a sport steering wheel, it literally melts in your hand. It feels so good by having the pedal shift, so you can shift down or shift up, and having a marker in the center so you know where your hands are at all times. From a comfort perspective, it has got the comfort seats, which, especially if you're a big person, can be extremely good by having these seats rather than the sports seats, because the sports seats hold you really tight and it can just make it very uncomfortable at times, depending on some people's opinion. But it also has cruise control, so if you are thinking of doing rather long journeys, you won't have to worry about having your foot on the accelerator. Just put it in cruise control and you'll be okay. This has the premium sound system, which is Bose, as well as having, as I mentioned earlier, the PASM button, the Sports Plus button, the Sport and the Chrono Plus package with the PDK gearbox. And the PDK is something, again, one of the best things that Porsche have ever introduced, obviously, in my opinion, to their cars, because that dual clutch gearbox is exceptional. I mean, the way it feels and the way it drives and the work and the contribution it brings to the handling of the car is absolutely phenomenal. And we'll take it out for a test drive to tell you a bit more. But the last thing, which is my special mention of a Porsche 911, especially a convertible, is the fact it's got 2 seats at the rear. I mean, normally, me being, I think, 5'8", I think, in my opinion, I don't know if I'm any taller, but let's just understate, is the fact that it, at the back, I don't have to worry about that swooping roof line of a coupe and my head sort of touching it and I have to lean to one side. It's quite funny that in a convertible, you've actually got a really nice sitting position and you're not restricted by the coupe lines. And at the same time, I love the feel of being able to see people on a dual carriageway or on a local road where they've got 2 passengers at the back or a dog at the back, and I think it just brings a lot of smiles and laughter to me, because these cars are practical cars. They're to be used. And additionally, I mean, should you want it to carry, you know, luggage or shopping or whatever it may be, you can actually fold those these two seats to put your, you know, luggage or bags or whatever it may be. And the other really massive advantage of having a convertible is if you do play golf, you can actually just put your, you know, golf bags in the rear and not have to cram it in on the front seat and damage the upholstery. So let's get into it and drive it. Let's talk about service history and ownership. As mentioned right at the beginning of my video, this has a full official Porsche Central service history. All the maintenance work has been done by Porsche themselves. One might argue that the mileage of 90,000 is a little on the high side, but let's think about it for a moment. Is it really high? Considering its age now, which is approximately 11 years, I think that is bang on about right and bang on average for a car that should be actually driven, a car that shouldn't be a garage queen and just parked up and not driven and not have any miles put on. I mean, this is impeccably maintained. As I described, the front tires and the rear tires are almost brand new. The front discs are almost new. The rear discs and pads are pretty much brand new. The interior, the exteriors, it speaks for itself. And now, in terms of owners, this has 7 owners since new. The current owner had it since December 2019. There is nothing that is putting off about this car. I think this is exactly what every Porsche should be. A Porsche that's driven and a Porsche that's been loved and cherished by a few people, rather than it being a garage queen with 30 or 20,000 miles and not given the daily practical use that it deserves. You know, a driver-focused experience point of view, I feel really good being inside this Porsche. The fact I'm holding a sports steering wheel, looking at the chrono watch, and when I look to my left, I see the Porsche crest on the headrest, on the passenger headrest. I mean, everything in terms of spec on this car reminds me that I'm in something special. I'm in a Porsche 911 that is absolutely creme de la creme. It is the top spec to have, and I think that is just fantastic. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you haven't, just let us know what's wrong with it so we can do a better job the next time around. And if we have, I would appreciate by you clicking the subscribe button, and yeah, keep an eye out for more.